Black Friday's win in Vegas propels him to the lead of the Drivers' Championship, 13 points ahead of Barbans. Berkey's DNF drops him behind Borax in P3 and Mars in P4, who both finished strongly in Vegas. The top 5 drivers are separated by just 27 points, so with 2 rounds to go there is still plenty to play for. In the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari extend their lead to 42 points, with Orax's second place finish moving Red Bull up to second in the standings. Williams leapfrog McLaren to take third, while a poor showing from the VCARB team drops them down to fifth, still just 52 points behind the leaders. Barban set the early pace in qualifying, recording a time 8/10 ahead of teammate ICU. The lead McLaren driver improved his time twice during the session, but ICU managed to close the gap to just 3/10 for a McLaren front row lockout. Cloud was a 10th behind in third place, with Black Fridays completing the second row, a further couple of tenths back.
And we are racing in Portugal. It's not a great start from Barbans. I think that is, no, it's ICU with a really poor start off the grid, dropping way down the order, already dropping down to the back of the field, but in towards turn 1. It's Barbans from Cloud, from Black Fridays, from Luca, already with a great start, although under pressure. ICU tumbling right down to the back of the field. Not a great start from him. Mars up the inside of Luca, trying to go for that P4 position. Now switches to the outside as they make their way up the hill. Soft compound tyres on Mars's car. That's allowing him to apply some pressure. We got a crasher back in the background there. Josh has lost the car off into the barriers further back, but as we make our way through turn number 5, wheel-to-wheel action, but we have a virtual safety car deployed. Mars has picked up a 10-second penalty for a collision there. So has Dog the Foog. Not too sure where that has come from. But we have some drivers with damage. Mars has picked up some front wing damage. So has Dog the Foog and Josh as well. Josh missing his entire front wing. A really poor start for ICU as well. Didn't get off the grid. Through the final corner, not a great restart. We've got a car going wide. That's Black Friday's off the track, and now he could be under pressure. Mars immediately applying pressure as well. Through turn number 15, we head on towards the start finish straight over the crest, and immediately the pressure is being applied. Mars is gaining on the Haas driver down towards turn number 1. So is Rocket, though, looking to try and find a gap on the Williams driver. In towards turn 1 we go. Rocket swooping his way around the outside. Can he make the move stick here on Mars? Mars gets his way through up into 4th. Rocket down the inside to try and challenge for P5 as well, trying to now swoop it around the outside like Mars did on lap 1, and Luca is getting bogged down, losing the momentum. Through goes Wins. Berkey applying the pressure as well after his grip penalty. We have another yellow flag out as well. Not too sure the cause of that one, but in towards turn 5 we go. More contact being made, and that's Rocket losing positions wide off the track. So is Wins, and that's dropping Rocket from 5th all the way down to 11th. We run towards turn number 7. Up the inside goes Bradders on the Williams of Shan. There couldn't quite get the move done. I think a small bit of contact being made, but crucially everybody getting through just about unscathed here in these opening few laps. Some drivers with a small amount of damage, but everybody doing a pretty decent job so far to make it through these first few corners. If he got some damage there for Downs, he picks it up through turn number 3. Damage on his front wing as well, looking pretty severe for him, and he could be struggling now in these next few laps. As we saw Shuriken plummeting, could be very similar. Rocket now tries it around the outside of the Mercedes driver in towards turn number 5, gets the better acceleration out the corner, and they run wheel to wheel down towards turn number 7. Rocket ahead as they make the corner, pulls himself through, but goes a bit wide in towards turn number 8. Now Bradders with the switchback gets back up the inside and back ahead once again as they now power their way down the hill, back up again through turn number 9. Wins. The other Mercedes gets past Shan as well. Rocket switching to the inside in towards 10 and 11. Couldn't get the move done just about there though. Runs a bit wider now, gives Killjoy a chance in towards turn number 13 to try and stick it around the outside of the kick. Salvage driver contact there as Rocket goes too deep and spins Bradders around. Contact being made. 20 points is the most that Mercedes have scored, and there's 3 or 4 teams further behind them as well. So a big points haul of 12, 10 points or something like that could be absolutely massive for your Constructors' Championship position. We saw how strong that points finish last week was for Mercedes. We've got Jack now down the inside of Bradders, trying to squeeze his way through up into 14th position. Gets himself up the inside in towards these penultimate few corners as he got that position, though. Still Bradders trying to stick it around the outside as they head towards the start-finish line through the final corner. Over the crest we go. Bradders seems to have slightly better straight line speed, but who has the better battery deployment as they run down towards turn number 1? Bradders squeezing him over to the right-hand side of the track, but in towards turn number 1. Jack gets up the inside and up into 14th place. Bradders tries to switch back, gets the move back once again in towards turn number 3. Gets that move signed, sealed, and secured. Gets back up the inside now to the outside. A bit of contact though as they make their way through turn number 4. There's a spin there for Havoc as they get onto the power, loses the car up the hill, and that has lost him the position. Josh is already getting lapped here on lap number 10, so not ideal for him. Going to be a lap down already. And as we start lap number 10, here we go down towards turn 1. Once again, pressure being applied. Shan this time trying to look for a move here on wins in towards turn 1. Has to back out though. Not getting close enough. Both drivers having the DRS. Just wasn't enough of an advantage for the Williams driver to pull himself alongside and try and go for some sort of move. Rocket has picked up a 3-second time penalty in P10 as well. And here is Brad is now looking around the outside of Downsy, trying to find his way past the damaged Ferrari. A bit of contact being made now. We make our way up the hill through turn 4. Once again, contact made between the pair of them. Downsy just about sticking it around the outside. Both drivers pick up DRS as well. Now we head towards turn number 5. Brad looks to the inside. Downsy trying to defend. We can see some of the damage hanging off on the outside there. And that is Luca, who has picked up a big amount of damage on his wing as well. Lots of drivers up in that front battle picking up some damage, but Brad is now through on Downsy. ICU fighting his way around the outside of Jack here through turn number 8. Tries to stick it around. A bit of contact made. Has he got the move done as they power their way down the hill in towards turn number 9? Trying to stick it up the inside, now around the outside through 10 and 11. Is he able to carry the speed around the outside? Looks like just about. The McLaren driver gets that move done. He's up to 14th place now and continues his charge to try and score some points here tonight. We've got a battle here for 13th, 12th, 14th as well as we run 3 wide down towards turn 1 just for a brief moment. Luca is through into 12th after repairing his wing, but going to be looking to try and fight for a bit more here tonight. Braddock as well comes out of the pit lane just in front into the inside. Goes the Alpine 3 wide into turn 3. Doesn't quite work out, having to back out there for the Alpine. We continue up the hill though. Braddock's around the outside of the Haas driver, just about pulls himself through up into 11th place once again. Rocket fighting away for P5 with Kilser as it stands as well. That undercut really working well for Kilser and Rocket, but their time penalty is going to be costing them as well. Shan currently runs up in 4th, 5 seconds clear of this battle as we now make our way through turn 9. We're 2 wide here as we make our way into turn 10. Are we almost going to go 3 wide here? Berkey trying to swoop his way around the outside of 1, maybe even 2 cars. Yes, he got his power. Contact made. Berkey, Rocket and Wins all come together. Contact made between the 3 drivers. They got onto the power out of turn number 11, and that is Berkey sent tumbling down the order, and his championship hopes start to disintegrate. So still seems he might have a bit of life left in him, but it's going to be a long, hard battle if he wants to try and fight his way through. This battle still raging on for P10 as well. Jack right on the back here of the Red Bull of Havoc, who's been promoted up into the top 10 after that contact just a moment ago. Down the inside, Berkey on Rob in towards turn number 13. Black Fridays has gone past Cloud as well, down at turn number 2. So it looks like there was a mistake there from the Red Bull driver. Around the outside now for Berkey as he continues to put the pressure on the Aston Martin driver. We've got a battle there as well for P10 just up the road as they continue to run wheel to wheel. Jack is putting pressure on Havoc as well as they run towards turn number 1. 3-way battle as we go onto the grass there with the Haas of Luca just briefly 3 wide towards turn 1. Someone's going to have to back out. There's contact. Havoc gets sent off the road, sent spinning around just for a brief moment. The Red Bull driver losing out the most of all those drivers, dropping down a couple positions. Contact made as they run 3 wide into turn 1. That was never going to work here at the Algarve. And crucially, Havoc, who was running in 10th, now drops down to 14th. Big contact being made. And we got this battle here for P8 once again. Bradders has caught up to the back of Rocket, gets himself through. I don't think Rocket putting up too much of a fight. Might have made a small mistake in towards turn number 13, though. Contact being made between the 2 drivers as they continue through the final corner. Still contact being made here. Rocket can seize the position, but Bradders under pressure now. I think has lost the DRS as well, unless he picks it up here off the Haas in front of him. Rocket is going to apply the pressure, though, as they run down towards turn number 1. There's contact made into the wall. Rocket makes contact. They come together once again. Rocket and Bradders make contact, and Rocket with damage. The virtual safety car has been deployed here at the Algarve on lap 25 of 33. DRS gets enabled once again. We go back racing, and Jack and Berkey right together here on the track. Up at the front as well for P2. Cloud is up the inside of Black Fridays. Gets that P2 position back once again. Lots of battles happening up and down the field. It was once again up the inside. Black Fridays goes, trying to take that position back, and he does so successfully. All the way back up into P2. Once again, a snap of overset, though. Black Fridays concedes the position once again. These two swapping positions left, right, and centre in towards turn 5. Black Fridays looks to the outside now, and a snap there. Rear lock for Cloud, and once again, we see a change of position. That's about 4 or 5 changes of position in just one sector for our second and third place drivers as we now continue on through the middle sector. Cloud right on the back of the Ferrari, but not going to get a chance just yet for an overtake. Berkey and Jack running wheel to wheel as well as they make their way up the hill through turn number 3. Here we go once again. Berkey under pressure from the Alpine as they squeeze towards turn number 5. Berkey having to concede the position, might try a switch back here, but that front wing damage costing him a bit of pace here, and Jack is through into P10 on the track at least, but will lose that position as a result of the time penalties that he has accumulated throughout this race. If Black Friday can find his way through once again, the Ferrari gaining to the left-hand side, over to the outside, swoops his way past. Cloud trying to stick it up the inside, a little bit of contact being made, but they continue on now, looking to the outside in towards turn number 3. Nothing coming of it just yet, looking for a switchback, setting up a much better exit though, as they now make their way up the hill through turn number 4, and Cloud right on the back of the Ferrari, who they both go right over to the inside line. Cloud gonna have to look for the outside now, trying to swoop his Red Bull around. A bit of contact made here between second place and third place as they get onto the power once again. Continue on, more contact made as they run towards turn number 7. Black Friday's trying to defend for his life in towards turn 7. We go, and Cloud up the inside finds his way through, just about defending this position, but these two having a really great scrap here for these final few laps, final few corners in fact of the race. Xbox, Berkey kills it, all battling as well for what could be the final few points positions as they make their way through here. But up at the front of the field, it's utter domination, and what a race it's been for Barbans. He knew he needed to come back and put some strong form together. It's victory here at the Algarve circuit. Barbans comes out on top. 20 seconds is his margin, the greatest winning margin of the season so far. He comes out on top, and what a fashion it's been as well. Cloud and Black Fridays come round the final corner now, up towards the line for Cloud to come home in P2. Big points for him. Black Fridays comes home in third. Decent result for him as well. We've got a battle here for P8 as we make our way through. ICU going to come home, it looks, in P4, but this battle in towards turn 13. Luca up the inside. This is a battle for position, all equal on penalties as they make their way through the final few corners. ICU comes home in P4. Shan will pick up P5. Wins penalty, drops him down to P6. Bradders will come home in P7 as well, but this is the battle for the final few points positions. Luca looks to have got P8 secured, but Berkey and Kills are running wheel to the line. Who will hold on to that position just by the skin of his teeth? Berkey comes home in P9. Kills it in P10 for that final points position. Mars misses out by 0.2 of a second. That battling on the final lap very nearly put Mars back into the points as well. Rob Katz comes home in P12. Shuriken in 13th. Havoc in 14th. Jack in 15th. Dog in 16th. Rocket in 17th. And Josh will be our final finisher, coming home in P18.
ICU suffered game sync issues at the start, causing him to drop to the back of the field, while Barbans, Cloud and Black Fridays quickly broke DRS to Mars in 4th. Barbans used the medium tyres to good effect in his first stint, breaking DRS from Cloud around lap 10 as the Red Bull driver's soft tyres started to drop away. ICU made good progress in fighting his way from the back of the field, moving up to P6 by the time the drivers started making their pit stops. Barbans maintained the lead after his pit stop on lap 20 and was never in danger of losing it as he continued to pull away for the remainder of the race. By the time the checkered flag fell, Barbans was 20 seconds ahead of Cloud in second place, Black Fridays was just a 10th behind in third place, with a 3-second time penalty having no effect on his finishing position. ICU completed an excellent comeback drive to finish in 4th place. Barbance's convincing win in Portugal sees him reduce Black Friday's lead in the championship to just 2 points. Orax remains in 3rd place, 30 points behind Barbance, with Mars in 4th, 5 points further back, just a single point ahead of Berkey in 5th place. In the Constructors, another strong race from McLaren sees them jump from 4th to 2nd, 37 points behind leaders Ferrari. Williams remain in 3rd, 8 points back, with Red Bull losing 2 places to stand 4th, 12 points behind Williams. VCarb remain 5th, 6 points further back.